What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and I'm back from PAX West. It's time for a Bond battle, Zoro Sanji, although this time we're going to be fighting Hancock. PAX West was amazing. Thank you so much for Teppen and the Play Teppen team for sending me out there. I lost my tournament, but we still had a good time and everything was still great. But I've now got a sore throat, so my voice is a little bit mellower than I normally would be. Anyways, this fight is going to have Hancock as the final stage, and you also can get Hancock and all of her skill ups and all that jazz. And hey, look, there's Hancock herself. Hancock is a DEX fighter free spirit character. Captain ability boosts attack of DEX and side characters depending on how much health you have. If you're at max health, she boosts your health by 3.2, or boosts your attack by 3.25 times, and boosts your recovery by 1.25 times. If you're at 1 health, it's still a 2.5 times attack boost, so Captain ability overall, pretty dang sweet. Her special ability cuts the health of one enemy by 20% and locks a chain multiplier by 3 times for 1 turn and shuffles all orbs into either DEX or side orbs. Really, really, really good character. A free-to-play 3 times chain locker is pretty nice. Also health cutter and orb manipulator. Overall, really, really good character. Limit break abilities give you pinch healing and orb bind reduction, and her support ability boosts Luffy's attack by up to 11%, and boosts Luffy attack and recovery by 11% of her attack and recovery. So a good option to just give her attack and recovery cotton candies. Now, one important thing to note is that on tier 3 here, there is actually a plus 100 attack cotton candy. It's only on tier 3, nowhere else. All the rest have like the regular like plus 5 attack candies, stuff like that. But tier 3 actually has a plus 100 attack cotton candy, so I do highly recommend getting this if you have the extra tickets before you move on to the next tiers for Bond Battle. But besides that, either way, roll, make sure you get that jewel before you move on to the next tier. Also, if you have it, you can also look for the rare recruit pool on each tier and the gem on each tier before you move on to the next one. So there's going to be 3 fights. Once again, it's going to go from Dex to Int to Strength, and this time they all boost colors, so it's pretty easy to keep track of. We're gonna have a for a Dex fight, we're going to be using a Strength Quick Int team, which, hey, that sounds a lot like no, not Strength Int Quick. Yeah, sounds a lot like bullet colors, doesn't it? I think it is. I might be wrong. I'm so like out of it right now. But we're going to use that bullet anyways. There's bullet. Bullet, are you Strength Quick Int? You are Strength Quick Int. Okay. That is right. I'm not crazy. I was feeling a little crazy there for a second. No, bullet colors. Bullet Captain's pretty great for this. For this fight, stage 2, we're going to get Sanji or Brook. They're going to bind our captain for 6 turns, so you're going to need at least a 3-turn bind remover. That's what we're using our kid for. Now, you can play with this team a little bit in order to get your, in order to actually get full advantage out of Luffy's special ability, because stage 2 health is pretty low. And it's really hard to get 3 attacks off with Luffy here. I'll go ahead and swap this and... Oops. Didn't mean to use that special. I'm going to go ahead and reset that. Pretend like nothing happened. As I was saying, we can use Killer Kid to get rid of Bind on our characters. I'm going to use that Luffy to give us the orb boost just for this turn, though. You can also, depending on if you have like non-matching orbs, you can swap Fujitora Againu first, so that way you get the weaker orb boost and then try to get 3 hits off. But I mean, look how much damage that's just a great 1 attack already with Luffy special just straight up kills things, so it's pretty hard to sneak that on by. You can finagle some teams, use some non-red quick int characters like using Treble Dofi. Go over to green, so that way your bullet doesn't boost it in order to get 3 attacks. But for a while, we only need the 1.5 times orb boost from Fujitora Againu anyways. So we're going to use bullet special here, because Hancock will special interrupt you and heal back to full every time you use a health cut. swap here to get the orb boost, and once again, do that same jazz. And hey, their health is still low enough that actually kills it, but bullets end of turn damage will kill them anyways. Now we'll use Rob Lucci for the affinity boost, Shanks for the type boost. And once again, these teams are way overkill. You don't need to use a team as strong as this. This is just a team that I'm going to be using that's going to last me a really long time. So you'll see here that she's already dead. 11 million damage with just 2 attacks. This team's going to last forever. You don't need the Shanks as a type booster. Any type booster will work. Rob Lucci's free to play. Luffy can be swapped out for anyone else. In fact, you can use Fujitora Kainu as your captain and then replace Luffy with basically anyone. Now the next fight is going to be against INT. For the INT fight, we're going to have the cooldowns of Strength, Dex, and Psi characters reduced. So that's Strength, Dex, Psi. And for the INT fight, it's really easy as long as you have or a friend has the new Luffy. So either you have a new Luffy or a friend has a new Luffy. Because this is going to have a lot of despair and paralysis happening. And the new Stampede Luffy is a really silly design. I don't really like the new Luffy design because of the way it just makes him required for so many debuffs. Stampede Luffy with this team right here. You after you have Stampede Luffy, you just bring a bunch of boosters. So you bring a type booster, orb booster, affinity booster. You just bring everything once you have your Stampede Luffy all set up and good to go. So we'll go ahead and attack here, kill this, kill this. Stampede Luffy special will help you kill stage 2, but you don't really need it. Nothing dangerous goes on in stage 2 this time. Despair happens actually, but hey, you know who gets rid of despair? Stampede Luffy's passive. That's 6 turns of despair. But nothing matters if you have a Stampede Luffy. I should also swap my Luffy here because I want to be on blue and I don't want to have to finagle around with the order. Anyways, she tries to paralyze. Hey, Stampede Luffy helps with that. Also gets 2-hit perfect barrier and prevents poison and delay. We use our Zoro Sanji special first. I use my Zoro Sanji special first. There we go. And then now we can swap Luffy Law. Use Luffy Law special. And we have to be on Luffy Law before we use Hina, because Hina requires a quick captain. And then we use Tashigi. The reason we are able to use Tashigi is that I'm using support Frankie on Luffy Law in order to get the defense reduction. And Carrot for the... Oh no, the reason we can use Carrot is because we have 20th anniversary Frankie as a support on Luffy Law to get the defense reduction. Very overkill. Just use a type booster, orb booster, affinity booster, and you'll be good to go. The real hard part with purple is just making sure you have enough Stampede Luffy's as friend captains in order to get by. Stampede Luffy friend captain, totally fine. You can even just save Stampede Luffy for the final stage if you really need to, and then make your team built around that using Stampede Luffy on final stage. So for the last stage, we're going to be getting a strength fight. Against a strength fight is going to boost Quick, Dex, and INT characters. We're going to be using Legend Shirahoshi in order to get a bunch of rainbow orbs, but you don't need to do that. There's a lot of different teams that you can use for this fight. Shirahoshi, however, will let us get about 85 million damage. This is going to last quite a while. Double Luffy Law team, because Luffy Law is OPAF. And we're going to pay very close attention to what special order we're doing our specials in, because there's a chance that we do things wrong here as well. So first turn, Shirahoshi is going to preemptively give us all rainbow orbs, which is going to matter because later on stage 2 he's going to try to give us all block orbs. And here I'm going to attack with just the units adjacent to Shirahoshi so that way they can get... Whoops, didn't mean to actually kill that. Well, that's fine, I don't need those anyways. You attack with just Shirahoshi on those early stages until you're ready to go. And then you can use Shirahoshi special here to get you your rainbow orbs back. But it doesn't matter. Make sure you're at full health. Swap over to a Baloo. And then use Zoro Sanji special. And then swap over to blue on your captains. And use your friend Law special. And then Dofi special while you still have a Law captain of your own. If you don't have Luffy Law, any cerebral or driven quick captain will work, so that way Dofi can extend those buffs. So that's all that matters there. So as long as you have someone who lets Dofi extend buffs, you can use anyone here. The one here that you'll need is a Shirahoshi for the rainbow orbs. You can also use a double Shiki team, get a bunch of recovery orbs. And the reason we also want recovery orbs or rainbow orbs or non-primary color orbs basically is here in the final stage, Hancock is going to make primary color orbs count as badly matching. If you have Gear Change Luffy Legend either as a friend captain or as your captain, also really good. Because you can use him on stage 2, he'll give you beneficial matching orb buff, so that way you can actually have beneficial matching orbs when you get into this stage as well. But with this team, take her down. Piece of cake. Those are all 3 fights. You can get additional copies of Hancock to drop on this stage. She's really good, went over what she did earlier. And don't forget to get your jewel before you move on to the next tier each time. This is already round 5, only one more round of bond battle until we can finally max out our Zoro Sanji's, guys. Once again, apologies for the voice. I do have a sore throat right now. Try to recover as fast as I can so we can get back to being at least a little more hype during our videos. I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.